5 minute talks with Thru. Today we're going to talk about what does it look like when God provides. Often when God provides, it usually does not look like the way we thought he would supply or provide. I can definitely tell you there are times where I wanted things or even needed things, and I just thought God would just make the money appear in my bank account, and it didn't happen that way. Can you attest to that? Can you say that every time you thought God was going to come through, it came the way you thought it? If that's you, then we're probably in the same boat. Now, why does that happen? I cannot tell you for certain, but I can tell you from just Bible verses and chapters and stories why I think so. So don't make this law. This is what I think. While you're at it, make sure you go subscribe so you can keep getting this information and have positivity in your life. The number one reason I think it doesn't happen the way we think it should is because I believe the human mind will begin to program God. We will begin to treat him like a genie, or we'll begin to treat him like he's a machine. And if we can program him, there's not going to be any more trust. Like we think about the story of Abraham when he's getting ready to sacrifice his son. He almost literally kills him. And God stops him right at that point and then provides the lamb. We think about the story of Moses when he gets ready he's bringing the children of Israel out of Egypt, and he has to actually get before this sea, and then God parts it. But the provision I thought would have happened was he would have just killed the enemies a long time ago and not have to deal with any of that. But as we're talking, God does not always provide the way that we think he does or should. With that being said, does it mean that God doesn't provide? Certainly not. I believe God provides our needs, and I believe he can supply our wants. I believe often at times we don't know exactly what we need. So we could be used to needing certain things a certain way, and we can believe this is my need. I'm going to always need this. And God knows more than us, which sometimes can be scary, because we want to be in control. We want to know things. Usually when someone deals with a lot of anxiety, it's usually because they can't control the future. So they're trying to figure out the outcome before it even happens. They're trying to figure out the situation without it completely unfolding, so they can't relax. They're impatient usually, and some physical things could be happening to them, but they want to be in control. So I want to encourage you guys today, as I encourage myself, let God's provision be his provision and you not worry so much. I was in a situation recently where something happened and we needed a good chunk of money for something. And I was like, okay, God, I don't know how this is going to happen. I didn't know how. And when it happened, it did not happen in the way I thought. And I was worrying, I was writing, I was planning, I was praying, I was getting frustrated, and it happened, but it did not happen in the way that I thought. So before we close out of our 5 minutes, do me a favor. I want you to go subscribe if you haven't, because it allows us to keep growing, and it lets us know if this message is getting to you or not, or share it with a friend if you have already subscribed. But I want to encourage you that just because God doesn't provide in the way that we think he should, it doesn't mean that he's not supplying or providing. There are times where God may actually provide in a bigger way. So let's not get stuck on how he provides. Let's get stuck on trusting that he will provide and that he can provide. Let's not get stuck on will he provide or how he will provide. Let's get stuck on knowing that he will provide. He is our provision. He is our provision. He is our provider. The Bible calls him Jehovah Jireh, which means he's our provision. He is our provider. Be encouraged today, guys. Be great. Be you. And keep going. Take care.